Hey guys, welcome back. This is another public video on our YouTube channel for cruisecasinomafia.com, and this is going to be an interesting one. So I haven't showed that many, I don't believe, in the last 2 years, roulette systems that use these two specific bets. I may have done something quite a while back. So let me show you. This is one of those that would normally be seen in our new series where we're doing these casino tube reviews, where we jump all over YouTube and I show you some of the videos that are worth watching and systems that might be interesting and things that have caught our attention. And then I give you the links in the description so you can go watch them yourself. But this is one I decided to do by itself as a full video. So this is coming to us, the original. Well, I mean, it's not that it's their idea, but this is a system that was shown on Roulette Master recently. And you can see the name. So excited to win with this roulette strategy tonight, right? And it's the second system right over here at around the 15-minute mark or so, whatever it is. And it uses the 1 through 18, an imbalance betting structure, 1 through 18, and the third dozen. So what they're doing is they're doing 3 units in the 1 through 18 and 2 units in the third dozen. But the way that they do it in this video, and it's not Roulette Master, as always, it's the subscriber that sent in the system, is that they're tripling the bet. All right? And it works out pretty good, but it is a fairly crazy, anytime you have to do a triple martingale, it's kind of crazy. Now, with that being said, you're only not hitting the zeros, and let's switch over to this. Your only cause of stress is the 2 zeros and then the 19, which is not covered through the 1 for 18, the 19 through the 24, right here, right? These 4 and then these 2, right, are the ones that are not covered. And then the imbalance betting helps to make up for that. But if you do get a few bets in a row that are out of whack, a few results that don't hit, you start to get a bit out of control potentially. And the reason for that is the win percentage is fantastic. But the triple martingale, many times it forces you here, the way that they were playing, to stay at that bet and get a second win at times. So we're going to try something new, and I'm going to show you where it came from. So we did a lot of analysis in ChatGPT. And I did a video for members a few months ago, and they thought it was one of the best videos we've ever given them, to get them to start using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is free. There is absolutely no reason that you should not get comfortable asking and doing queries in ChatGPT and going down the rabbit hole of learning the odds and the stats and asking it various questions. You will be blown away by what ChatGPT can provide for you. So we did a lot of analysis on this system, and we're going to try something called a modified Fibonacci. And I'm not sure this is my final version of this. I think there's some even more conservative things that can be done. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. I'll put the video link to the Roulette Master in the description. But we're going to try today to use this modified version, modified Fibonacci on this. So let's make this a little bit bigger because we don't really need to see this too much. All right, so we're going to start out with 3 units here, and we're just going to use dollar amounts because it'll make it easier. 1, 2, 3, and then we're doing 2 units here. 1, 2. Okay, and we started with 2,500. So let's go ahead and take a look. And again, we should get a very high winning percentage, which has nothing to do with the money management. And of course, I say that. Well, there you go. All right, it's a 14, which fits in between the 1 through 18. And we win, right? And we just keep rolling, right? We just keep rolling. Red 23. All right, that is a loss because it doesn't fit in the 1 through 18 or the 25 for 36. So now, as you can see in this chart, we're going to go to $5 or 5 units on 1 through 18, right? So we're going to do $5, and then we're going to do 3 units here. And what we're going to do is we're going to dummy this down so that we automatically are going to go back after any win. So we are not going to stay up at those levels. So this is going to be a ultra conservative approach. And we'll see how it works out. So here we go. So we're on level 2 here, 5 and 3. Red 3, that's a win. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to go back to our level 1 bet. And we're just going to try to go quick, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And we're going to see how this starts to work out since we're not staying at any higher level after a win. Black 10, that's going to be a win. All right, keep going. And again, we're only going to go up after a loss. 17, that's another win. Let's keep going. So this is a ultra conservative approach instead of that triple martingale. Red 16, that's another win. So you're seeing that this system wins a lot. So it really comes down to the money management. Red 21, that's going to be a loss. Okay, so again, it's going to force us to go to 5 units. And this is going to go to 3 units. And here we go. 15. That's a win. So what does that mean? We're going to go back. See, we're down 2 units right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So this is going to be a much more grindy approach. 19, that's going to be a loss. All right, so we're going to go up again. 1, 2, and we're going to go up 1 here. So with this approach, it's not going up 3 times like he was doing. Red 10, another win. All right, but again, we're not looking to get back to where we are. Anytime we have a win, we're going to go backwards and restart. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Is this going to work? I don't know, because we're not pushing the envelope to getting back to where we were. 17, that's a win. And when you do this type of approach, you know you're going to grind it out. Black 13, that's another win, but I think we can get away with that because we win the hit percentage is so high. If you're willing to grind. Another win. Okay, let's keep going. Now remember, we're doing this with $1 units. The point is, and that's a loss, so we've got to go up. Based on our chart here. The point is, if it's safer, we can do this with much bigger units. That's another win. Okay, so we're going to go backwards again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And let's see after a while if this thing is getting into a positive territory or we're just getting into a grind. Okay, there's another win. Let's keep going. There's another win. So you can see the win percentage is fantastic. But this is really one of those tricky ones, because it's the money management that's going to make you the money. There's another win. All right, let's see where we're at. See, we're not even at break even yet. So this is as slow as possibly can be. So let's keep going, and what that tells me is that we've got to probably go back into the lab and maybe modify this even a little bit more. But remember, if we modify this, it's still going to be better than triple martingale. But let's just keep going. Let's see if it's necessary or not. Another win. All right. Try to get as many spins as we can. Another win. And you're going to get a lot of back-to-back wins. All right. Let's do one more, and then we'll see where we're at. Another win. All right. So let's take a look at this. We're up 1 unit now. So if you would have been using the triple martingale, you would be up a hell of a lot more than 1 unit. I understand that. And that's definitely true. What we're trying to do is determine whether there's a more conservative approach that would still make us money. Not because we want to make less money. Let me make that clear. What we're trying to do is dummy down the bankroll and the volatility so we can play with bigger units. Does everybody understand that? Right? Bigger units. So we're not trying to, it's not about making less money. It's about trying to make it safer by making it a little more grindy. Okay? So let's do a few more, and then we're going to try it with bigger units. And I'll show you what and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, there's another win, right? So if we clear it out, we're now up 2 units. Okay? So let me show you, just to give you a glimpse of what this looks like with bigger units. If we're using $5 units now, right? Let's use $10 units. If we're using $10 units, this is a $30 bet, and this is a $20 bet. Whoops. All right? So it's a $50 overall bet. But because we're slowing things up so dramatically, we could probably go even beyond this. But we don't have enough data yet to make that statement to determine what kind of bankroll is needed. So let's just do it at the higher level for a few minutes. Okay, there's a loss. So now you know, right? Now you know that the next bet with the higher units is going to still be 5 units. So that's going to be 50. And this is going to be 30. Oh, come on. 30. So it's an $80 bet. Okay, red 23. Guess what? We have to go up again. So this is the first time we've gone to a level 3 bet. It's an $80 and a $50 bet. Right? 80 and a $50 bet. Whoops. I screwed that up, guys. Sorry. 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black 24. So that's another loss. Another loss. Okay, so we have to go to level 4. So you see that this can happen. So think about where you would be with the triple martingale approach that's shown on the other video, right? This is going to have to go to 130. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay, 130 And now this is going to go to 80. Okay, it's a $210 bet. All right, so win. Okay. So let's clear this out. And you're still down, obviously, right? Because remember, what we're talking about here is keeping it safe, which means that on any win, we're going back down. Now, let me show you the trick, right? Let me show you the little trick. You can play it the ultra conservative way, which is the way we were playing it at the beginning, with any win and going back down. But to test this on your own, you can use it more of a sliding scale as well. So we just wanted the 130, the 13 and the 8 unit bet, right? What if we now dummy it back down? Instead of going back down on the win, we drop this down a level. And these are the things that we test when we do the testing on these things. Because, listen, I know the triple martingale that you see in the other video works. But we're trying to calmly figure out a way to make it a little less stressful, right? Because if we can make it a little less stressful, we can play bigger units and still make somewhat of the same amount of money because we have a less stressful progression than triples, triples, triples. There's a way to do that here because we don't lose that many in a row that often. Now, it did happen here. You saw it just happen. We lost 3 times in a row, and then we won on the 4th one. It's going to happen. So now let's do this. Instead of going back to the beginning, we're going to use it more like a ladder. And we'll drop down to level 3 and do 8 units, right? Until we feel comfortable enough to go back to the beginning. And 5 units. Okay? That certainly is better than staying here, but it also doesn't give up by going all the way back to the beginning if you choose to play it a little bit more aggressive. So let's see what happens. Okay, it's a win. All right. So what do you do here? Now, you're not quite back to where we were. We can still continue to ladder down, but if we were back to where we wanted to be, we would go back to the beginning. So let's ladder down again to level 2, 5 and 3. So now we laddered down all the way from level 4 to level 2. And we lose. Okay, so now what do we have to do? We've got to ladder back up. 8 to level 3, 8 and 5. Okay, here we go. All right, that's a win. All right, so we can go back down again to level 2, 5 and 3. And again, we can get away with using it as a ladder because we win so much more often than we lose with this bet selection. The odds are with us. Okay, it's another win. Right? So where are we at now? All right, we're still not back. We're still not back. That was at this level here. But I would absolutely return at this point, no matter what, to a level 1 bet. Now, if you want to play it more aggressive, you can stay at this level and continue to stay at level 2 until you get to where you need to be. But I'm just going to go back to level 1. So you can use this as a ladder. So let's just go back to level 1. So do you see how much more flexible this is than a triple martingale? Another win. And here's the reason you can feel comfortable even if you're not back to where you were. Because you get so many more wins in a row with this system that making it back and coming back from level 1 protects your bankroll tremendously. Right? So let's just spin again. Okay, that's a loss. So again, we ride the ladder, right? And we go up to 5 and 3. So we ride back up the ladder and we get a win. Right? Now again, there's that decision. You know the comfortable thing to do is to go back to level 1 and get a bunch of wins there. But if you decide to stay on level 2 for another spin, this is what it would look like. And you win. All right? So let's see where we are at the moment. Let's clear this. And we're still down. Right? So all I'm saying to you is you can use this some version of a modified Fibonacci to be able to use it as a ladder as opposed to that triple martingale shown in the other video, right? So let's do it again. Level 1. Now, you're not going to magically be back in profit like you are with the triple martingale. If you want to take that type of risk, then go ahead. But I would rather protect my bankroll and keep my bets lower. 26, another way. Okay? Now let's talk about, before we close the video, I want to talk about expectations. That's another win. So do you understand how many more wins we're getting than losses? If you have a bet selection that has that many more wins than losses, why the hell are you taking such giant risks? Because you have to come back every single time? That's what you see on YouTube, and it's the wrong way to approach this game if you're serious about making a paycheck. Okay? I'd rather be down a few $100 in my bankroll than putting the entire bankroll at risk. Look at these wins in a row. Okay? It's a grind. I'd rather do the grind and have a nice flow chart. There's another win. Okay? Now, I've got some other ideas that we're testing, specifically with this bet selection. And this is the start. I'm showing you the way we work in the lab at evaluating and taking concepts and then turning them into something much better. What you're seeing is only a quarter of what we're doing. This is the beginning of a concept, not the end. So members of Cruise Casino Mafia, over the next couple of weeks, will get all the results of what we think is the tweaked version of this that started with the triple martingale, or going up 3 units, I should say. It's not really a martingale. It's really going up 3 units after a loss every time, okay? Taking it from that and then starting to go down this conservative path. And what we're going to end up with is a highly advanced model beyond what you're even seeing here. That's going to have a few more asterisks, a few more exceptions, and a few more safety valves built in. And that's what the members of Cruise Casino Mafia are going to get when we're done with this. Okay? So you're seeing the starting point for the concept. And there's another win. So you're getting where we're going with this, right? We're not back to the $2,500 level. We're not back there yet. But you're seeing the concept of what we're trying to do. These are going to be tweaked. The version of the ladder is going to be tweaked, and it's going to have several other things that are going to be happening by the time we get done with this strategy. But I wanted to show it publicly how we take something that's not bad and we put it on steroids and make it better. You're seeing the beginning of the thought process. And now we're going to keep working at it. And you're going to see, well, members of Cruise Casino Mafia are going to see where this ends up. Okay, so that's the story. So if you're a member, look forward to getting another advanced version of this in the very near future. People that are not members of Cruise Casino Mafia, I don't know what's holding you back. The lifetime membership is back. You're getting over 700 pro systems and videos in our library and PDFs. And every week we're doing new things that we're only showing to the members. You're also going to get, as a member, a discount on all of the premium products and digital systems and collaborations that we do with pro players. So you're also going to get those pay systems for less money. So that's it for right now, but I wanted you to get a glimpse, an inside glimpse of what this looks like. So again, the starting point is the same, at least for the moment, which is 3 units here and 2 units here. And the beauty of this is that you're only leaving drop dead numbers of the 19 through 24 and the 0 and the 00. But remember, it's the mathematics between the even money bet and the 2-to-1 payout bet that have to work in synergy to be able to get us to where we want to go. All right, so there's a lot of math going on here. These are not even money bets, both of these. And that's why you're seeing the imbalanced or unbalanced betting. Okay? And most of the time, this thing is a home run because of the winning percentage. But when you lose, you're losing the 3 and the 2. You're losing 5 units. And you've got to figure your way through that. And that's exactly what we're doing with this system and testing. So we'll see you on the inside of Cruise Casino Mafia with the advanced version of this and so much more coming up. June is a monster month for us. There are so many things that are going to be going on with Cruise Casino Mafia. So stay tuned and we'll see you on the next one. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And again, if you're on the fence, please join Cruise Casino Mafia now to be able to get access to so much that we've already done for Baccarat, Roulette, and definitely Craps, and so many of the things that are coming up in the next couple of months. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.